With a few wing attacks, we can rip through a post on the primer, as well as her quillfish without any trouble. And this is where I became even more confused. Because after Pestilence flees, Alicia comes up and apologizes to us, claiming that she didn't recognize us in this disguise. I don't really get her sudden change in attitude, but after reaffirming that she now works for the courtroom, Alicia states that she won't hold back the next time she sees us before fleeing the scene. Although she does leave behind a Pokedex, which our character recognizes as having belonged to May.
Mike is allowing the customer to pour liquor into a mixing cup to set it on fire.
So you're letting them be the bartender on the other side of the bar with a dangerous drink. It is illegal to let somebody make their own drink, and the liability is off the charts.
That shows how crazy they are. Why is there Scotch tape on this bottle? North Carolina is an alcohol control state. They put tax stickers on the bottles, and over time these labels wear out because of handling. I noticed that there was Scotch tape on top of these seals. The only reason why there'd be tape on these labels is so they don't wear out when they're handled. There's something corrupt going on here, and I know what it is. Let me tell you what happened. I sent 4 people in here to spy. They thought their drinks tasted awful. One of them, the thing with Tanqueray and tonic, was Tanqueray and cheap. And I think she's right. You're refilling these bottles, aren't you? Do you know what this is? This is a hydrometer. And this tests the proof of every alcohol behind the bar. So if a brand, which is 80 proof, if another liquor was put in that bottle, I would know it with this device. See that family? Are they refilling liquor bottles correct? Because I know the answer. I want to hear it from you.
Yeah, that's happening.
And are we putting bar brands and call brands?
That's happening.
This bar is taking cheap bar brands and putting them in premium bottles. That's not only illegal, that's about as blue you could ever do. You're not serious, this is right? I didn't know. Your liquor license is 24 hours beyond.
There's hardly any real laws here. Just implied by James that it has to be done. Like, we don't have the money to do this, we don't have the money to do that. Well, we would have the money to stop.
Oh, it keeps popping.
Run up
It keeps popping.
Why'd you go?
It is popping.
I thought it'd be a good one to save money.
Hey! Yay! What's up? What's up, Jeremy? Doing some kung fu today.
Look at it that way.
I was feeling lazy and stagnant, so we're gonna train.
I'm getting more and more disgusted as we go. These aren't
It's time to
mistakes.
get our body,
You have
get our body moving a little bit before we play some games or something later.
Is he a good manager?
I would say no. We manage ourselves.
Chelsea?
Now,
Wow.
anytime this bar didn't have change, I could bring in change. Anytime this bar,
It's awful nice, don't you think? Very kind. All you do is embarrassing yourself more by the next. Every bottle that I dump down the drain. That's the deal. Now you two got a frickin' thought. And figure out what
Do
you're
some
gonna do.
like, we'll do some light combos. You should work out and let your junk out. Nah, we ain't trying to get some EDP shit. We ain't trying to be in the next EDP here. Get a life, Jeremy. We ain't trying to be no EDP out here.
Why don't you take a look in the kitchen? Go to the bar and go talk to the bar.
Next thing you'll be telling us to go meet up for pie.
How much do you hate it?
Hi.
Because I've never seen anyone
Oh, you fucked up.
cold than you. You beat up on him who's running around trying, as you stood here and didn't do a thing.
You sound like him right now.
See? That's the idiot he is. One drunk idiot.
Whatever you think, Tal.
This is a business that has no leadership. Fact of the matter is, this market is getting hot. And I'm looking at a bar that is about 6 notches below the marketplace.
I got some lemonade up here. So you know what lemonade is? It's a fortified wine. So as soon as you open this bad boy up, you only keep it for like a week. You guys handle all your liquor legally and everything? Honestly, no.
They get the cheap liquor and they put it in here.
I always like that.
Yeah.
That's a way to come in because I know they're gonna hit me when I come in.
Alcohol and the premium spirit bottle.
Yo, chill out on Jeremy. Let Jeremy be Jeremy, guys. Jesus.
Bar shut down.
Where do you guys keep the back stuff and cheap liquor?
Downstairs.
We're here regarding
That the bar is in when
You
they feel they need to rip
jab,
off the customers and
jab.
work with. Holy.
long guard, step,
Which one
shift.
did you? And was it both of you are pouring
Then throw a kick.
liquor into
So I like doing that.
bottles? Neither one. Don't you both compete? The girl is two of your boys tell me that you did. I see the bottles.
But I have to do it right.
You said the liquor went in here. That's what you said. Show me that up for cheap liquor. But you know the
It's like a switch step kick.
Here's your bottle.
You got hands, bro? Kind of. It's more like I got body. So like my hands are okay. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that there's definitely people who box way better than me. Not very hard. But when I mix my hands with the rest of my body, then all of a sudden I make up for the lack of hands. I make up for just being good with my hands. I make it up with the rest of my body. Jeremy was jealous. Hey, let Jeremy wishes. Let him be jealous.
What integrity do you have left?
It don't matter.
Shame on you. I'm out of here. Let me out of here. Look at the phone in that here. This system hasn't been serviced in years.
Is that a cockroach? That's disgusting. Seriously?
When I look at something like that, it doesn't attract anyone.
I go around, but I gotta lower my shoulders. So I can...
Hey, today. Can I get the raspberry red? You're welcome.
I try to make up for the lack of hands by switching angles off my combos and keeping my combos simple and mixing them with my legs. Yes, we sleep in the garage. I use Kung Fu and kickboxing, personally. So, after I'm done just warming up and shadow boxing a little bit, I'm gonna do some hella traditional Kung Fu that people can make fun of after that. They can be like, oh, that shit doesn't work.
Nothing. I gotta move my car. So I've had this place under surveillance for the past 3 nights. John, he makes that food at home, brings it to the bar, serves it in the bar, has health concerns about that. It's illegal to serve food in a commercial environment that was produced in a residential kitchen, because that can't be inspected by
See
a
here.
health inspector.
Person's in front of me. I step, jab off angle. They block or cover or get hit. I step to the other side to jab or to cross, I guess. I cross the other angle. Step. Fucking kick type shit, you know? So we just gotta get more flexible and chill. Do I use toothpaste? I do, but I just drink a bunch of coffee. See, I still have all my teeth, but from sparring, I fucked up these teeth from sparring. I didn't wear a mouth guard, and now people think I do meth. It sucks asshole, but it is what it is. That's good. I like Muay Thai. Muay Thai is one of my favorite. Jiu-Jitsu is one of my favorites too. Yeah, ouch is super correct. I have to like brush my teeth consistently or they'll get infected because it's cracked. And I cracked 2 teeth, so I have to be careful. I have to actually have high hygiene with it. But that coffee, obviously. I protected these, but I didn't start wearing mouth. Just a few times where I was like, oh, I don't need a mouth guard today. We're not gonna go hard, or we're gonna go chill. We're just gonna be okay. And those just those 2 or 3 times I didn't wear a mouth guard when I went to class and they were sparring. Just the few occasions, I had my teeth like this, and somebody punched me, and my own mouth went, like my own teeth went, and chipped my own teeth, and I was like, fuck. But it didn't hurt. It just happened, you know.
I'm not gonna let
Yeah, obviously we wear a mouth guard, but yeah, the few like 4 occasions I didn't wear a mouth guard were the only times where I was like, fuck, why didn't I wear a mouth guard?
Who doesn't have a shot? Stick, you got a shot? Someone you just shot them.
Too low, too slow. I should have been.
how much you lose a month now. You know?
I don't know. I don't have anything to do with the business end of this.
We don't make money in the next couple of months we're done.
Yes, absolutely.
You should wear a ball cap to hide the ball spot.
So is he as much of a jerk all the time? This is freaking serious, and if this is a joke to you, then tell me, because it's not a joke to me.
And that means you don't take your pants down. Is this funny to you, really? This man is months away from losing his house. You can't even freaking see me, you're so damn drunk. I am. Listen, this is young stuff. You work hard, you play hard. So this is the way you're gonna take care of yourself. I won't save your ass when you're like this. Guess what? Not only do I not lose my ass, I'm gonna lose this one. Look at that. See the face of your son? Then drink it. That's a better looking face than yours.
It's different kicks.
Don't sit down in the corner.
I try to have strong legs because of Kung Fu. That's how it usually happens. That is how it usually happens. Yes, I fucked up big time. Because I'm just simulating combat in my head. I'm just thinking, here, person punches, I block. They punch, or they just test, I pull the hand down. You know, boom, boom, boom. I just try to visualize those things, you know, how like Baki tries to do his meditation fighting. Like I try to, obviously I'm not at that level, but I try to get it there. Didn't wear a cup one time at the gym and I have one, you know. I'm good at blocking hits to my groin, but I have a cup as well, obviously. The left one is all I have now. Hey, who needs babies? Except the world and the future.
So this is a guy who plays pool all day rather than running his bar. Oh,
He's sick of my crazy.
Lining up his shot.
Drives me crazy that his bar is falling apart around him, and he's sitting on a pool table playing games.
You want to put a home run, Dan?
the guy's losing $2,000 a month and his ex-wife can't wait because she's so broke. The guy's about $100 in a pool table for unless he knows it from that.
Exactly.
I used to not like these snap kicks. I used to think they were lame, but then I realized you could grab, if somebody's like this, grab their guard, step to the side, pull their gum down, as opposed to a leg kick, which I would do a Muay Thai kick for the legs.
Sparring isn't always easy, but the challenges allow me to develop new skills.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take my shoes off for this now, even if it makes my feet dirty. Fuck it. I can't stand wearing shoes and wearing these shorts. It feels wrong.
He's an idiot. Because he can't afford to lose $100.
Ah, that feels right.
Towards the idiot side. So, you've got a disorganized bar. Would you agree? Oh, no supervision, nothing. I want to send somebody in there that I trust, and someone that can determine for me the depth of the hustle going on in this one. You know, if I walk about decent, well, decent, perfect, because you're going in to do recon.
Yes.
See if you can get a game out of him and scope out the whole operation for me, okay?
I need to learn
As they say, let's
to
go into it.
do something when I skate,
So Vic, I've got this.
so they don't just come in on me.
While you're inside, did you put the
When
radio
I'm back.
in your ear? I should have the ear with you.
Or just a feint.
Perfect. So go ahead and when you're ready, and let's see what you can make happen. Here we go. Let's hope he doesn't.
Just a little,
Give me your best raspy.
anything just to deter them from coming in when I step out like that.
Ask her if she knows Terry, the owner.
I could, I don't know. I do spar and I have competed before. I just don't think I'm that good, man. I just don't know if I'm that good.
Ask her if anybody.
Obviously, I'm better than people that don't know anything.
Seriously.
And I'm better than some people that are amateurs.
Play for like money.
But there's such a plethora of other people who are better than me. And I also do a lot of kung fu. A lot of people don't want to do kung fu, you know. So I don't know. But I like kickboxing and I like kung fu, so I do both. So I don't know. I don't know if I see myself as a teacher as much as I see myself as a forever scholar, person who trains martial arts for their whole life, you know. But if somebody wanted to learn from me and they appeared, and I knew I'm supposed to teach this person, I totally would. But I'll think about what you're saying. I don't even know how to begin to get people to come train.
Let's play some pool.
Hell yeah! I got 20 on that bet too.
That's supposed
What do I say here? Step. This covers my face, or covers the side. This covers my side. Step. Step to the side. This hand is under guard. This hand is under shoulder. Bring. Kick over. You know, there's no guarantee that it will work, but it's about the setup.
I just wanted to establish what this guy would do. Now I'm not going to let it happen.
I'm just keeping that distance.
Gambling in this bar.
So step, punch, cover, punch, step, uppercut. You know, like I just think of different shit. Just try to cut the angles, you know.
So did you know that it's a misdemeanor?
I was just mentioning that. I just was
You understand that?
That's okay.
I do, John. How many people you paid the money from? You're running a gambling operation or a bar. What you do? Stop the game. Give him his money back. And is there anybody else who lost money to the asshole tonight? You guys all lost money to him tonight. He's paying every one of you back right now.
I've seen this before. That's another one that's another one as well. Stand right in front of person stands in front. You go one, on the second one, you step to their side, like karate style, two, change, then you can kick, you know, set angle two. The cross is really just a feint to set up for the kick. Woman can never understand. Woman, you are absolutely fucking right. They could never understand.
You see, Big Shot Terry, they're in debt $300,000.
Should we do some funk music now that I mentioned Baki? Some Baki levels of funk. I'll just type Baki just to see what it's just that's not even a genre, I'll just type it in just to see what happens. You know that inspiration is Baki for the training these days. In shape, discipline, dude, you chop something in half with my hand. I wish I could. I bet you could. I don't know, it depends. I mean, breaking blocks like karate style, it's not that hard, it's super easy. I need to visualize that a little bit better. Standing, person punches, I slip, counter punch, switch, and then I would throw a kick. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Oh, straight myself there. I need to keep his head alive when I do that. Not enough, not enough, not enough. 1, 2, 1, 2. Kick. But it wasn't fully controlled, so when it's not fully controlled, it lacks power. Sweet combo, thank you, thank you, thank you. I try to coach. If you look at my YouTube shorts and scroll down, I try to coach like the kids at the gym. They like swing super hard on me, and I just try to like block and tell them like to chill. But it's funny, so I like recording it. It's a good time. Make sure when I hit something, I have to make sure I hit it with this part of my foot. When it's like a teep, with this part of the foot, like a reverse little knuckle, like pow. So this parry, jab, cross, hook, parry, jab, cross, hook, kick. I like that one too, but it's much easier to do on the back because then I have something to back actually. I ran out of space. I ran out of space. Shit. After. If you switch your foot from this to this when you do your teeth, it gets hella more range. It just gets hella more range. Miss making me get sleep for school in the morning. I hate the first grade. Nice chat though. Hey, I think my son's in second grade, so he says school's pretty chill. Didn't say I'm special and want me to go to high school, but I'm scared of the big kids. That's right. Just go to high school, bro. Fuck the big kids. You run that town. You run that town. Start learning martial arts. Run that town, boy.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
You run that town, bro.
Welcome to Snack Factory. Here, we rethink pretzels. These are unique snacks.
You want to take your communication to the next level?
Okay, that was 10 minutes of funk. That was not bad. I'll just throw on something random. Dutch kickboxing? Alright, let's check it out. Hey, yo, that's what kind of Dutch kickboxing is this? And how do I sign up?
What happens when you combine the crisp hands of Western boxing, the hard conditioning of karate with the bone shattering?
Kind of saucy kickboxing that I just see.
You get Dutch kickboxing. Welcome to Pro Striking, and in this video we're breaking down exactly why this brutal system turns fighters into machines, the history, the style, and the training method. Let's start the breakdown by going back to the beginning. The origins.
Except, that was very disconnected kick. I could feel
The
it.
roots of Dutch kickboxing.
It was like I was throwing my leg instead of like bringing it and turning it and coming down. Like I can tell right here, there's just a disconnect. It needs to be. I need to be more stretched, more warm up. I need to be more flexible.
Godfather of MMA, who opened the first Kyokushin karate dojo in Poland and went on to create a system, Kyokushin Budokai, which was one of the earliest mixed martial arts styles, heading full contact karate, judo, and ground fighting.
John Blooming has a fearsome reputation as a fighter, both in the dojo and on the street.
In 1975, the trio travelled to Japan, both to train under Thai Kien Master Kenshi Sawa. But after being shut out of these lessons and then later expelled from Master Oyama's Kyokushin dojo for intervening in a hazing incident, they were left adrift in Tokyo. That's when fate stepped in. While wandering the city, they stumbled upon posters for a kickboxing event. There, they met Toshio Fujiwara, Japan's Muay Thai kickboxing champion, and he was the first foreigner to win an Olympic title. He was a student of Kenji Kurosaki, the man who infused Kyokushin karate with Muay Thai to form Japanese kickboxing. Fujiwara invited the Dutchman to train Kurosaki's Majiro gym. At 5 a.m. every morning, they'd run 10 kilometers through Tokyo streets before grinding through hours of kickboxing drills, sparring with champions like Fujiwara and Mitsuo Shima. Under Kurosaki, they learned devastating new technique, clinches, throws, and crucially, the low kick, a powerful shin attack to the opponent's thigh, which would become a signature of Dutch kickboxing. Without smartphones or video cameras, the trainer meticulously recorded every technique by hand. When they returned to the Netherlands, they spread this knowledge. Jan Blas opened the now legendary Magia regime in Amsterdam. Peter van der Hevel taught at Johan Voss's and Jan van Leeuwen bought his skills for Blooming's dojo, even trained Dutch Marines in the police force. At the same time, Tom Parent founded the Chakariki gym. Then in
Fucking just gotta get more flexible, baby.
Magia and Chakariki fueled relentless progress, sharpening Dutch fighters into some of the best in the world.
Yeah, you know you talk, but I think honestly, the referees, I thought there was two gyms involved. You had the steel gym in Chakrin, and the trainer, Jan Blas, we respect this guy, but we had so much fights with each other, like two football clubs, Ajax, Feyenoord, that this was a real war. Our trainers pushed the boys to the best of all.
In the late 70s and early 80s, Dutch fighters travelled to Thailand to the Pini Stadium to test their skills. They lost, but instead of retreating, they adapted, mastering elbows, clinch work and Thai tactic. And by the 1990s, Dutch fighters were beating Thai champions on their own soil, no more famous than the Diamond. Raymond Dekkers was one of the most influential fighters in bridging the gap between Dutch kickboxing and traditional Muay Thai. His technical skills, combined with his relentless drive, turned him into one of the most respected fighters globally. Dekker showcased the power and effectiveness of the Dutch style, the explosive partisan combinations and the incredible conditioning. His willingness to fight in Thailand against the Muay Thai fighters proved the Dutch method could stand up to the traditional Thai fighting style.
I didn't chamber it all the way.
You can check out the in-depth Raymond Dekker breakdown on the Pro Strike.
It's just tough to think. Chamber
The defining
explode.
characteristics of Dutch kickboxing
When
is
this
the
leg
low
does
right
it so much
stance
easier.
maintained, ensuring a strong base. This stance offers balance and stability, allowing fighters to launch powerful attacks, whether with
I can just feel it.
legs,
Maybe we should do
or
a little bit of our warm-up.
body and to move. The stance maximizes
Adventure, yo!
The Dutch style of defence is basic but highly effective. Unlike some styles that emphasise intricate head movements or evasive footwork, Dutch fighters prefer a more straightforward defence. This includes using the high guard to defend against boxing, as well as using
That's how I see it.
forearms to defend against kicks.
So I don't even have pure Muay Thai. It's such a mix of everything I've come across.
High guard is defence, meaning he's always in position to counter. He can crowd his opponents with his watertight guard and force them to move backward. Marek has to be one of the best pressure fighters kickboxing has ever seen. He lives behind the high guard and melts his opponents with pressure. I don't believe he's ever been dropped or finished in over 85. Here we see him against K1 legend Andy Sauer, but we see Gregorian using a strong stance and high guard to push Sauer to the cage wall. He's stubborn with his approach and will rarely take a backward step. He's confident he will eventually get to his opponent.
I have to feel that pull back here. That's how I know if I'm doing it right. Always come back, bruh. Ask us, Adventure. What's up? Tell us. Ask away.
Head movement lowers your posture, often bringing the head close to the incoming knees or high kick. A slip that might have avoided a jab in boxing could move a fighter into a shin. Hands leaving the face of parallel feint exposes the head to high kicks, particularly round kicks that come around the side of the guard. A brief lapse in defence can result in a knockout. Evasive defence, like slipping, leaning, weaving, requires excellent time and reflexes. In a sport where attacks come from all levels with the punches, kicks and knees, one wrong read can be disastrous. And for this reason, Dutch fighters prefer a high guard, minimal head movement, and blocking-based defences that keep them balanced and ready to counter. The counter back is a crucial aspect of their style.
What is gooning? I'm gonna ask you to find on your own time. Ask your mom. Ask your mom what gooning is.
Not lifting your legs to check a kick has the advantage of keeping both feet on the floor and enabling a fighter to counter back quickly with the hands, as well as a fighter being braced to absorb the impact. Defence in Dutch kickboxing is all about maintaining the ability to counter back. By absorbing punches or kicks with minimal movement, fighters stay within range and allow themselves to immediately fire back. This aggressive defence enables constant pressure, preventing the opponent from taking control of the fight. A key tool in the Dutch pressure system is the use of knees to split the guard. Fighters throw flows of punches into body kicks or low kicks, drawing their opponent into a tight high guard, and then they pierce that guard with powerful high knees and scissor knees. These are not random strikes but deliberate attacks on a defensive habit, exploiting moments when the opponent is bracing or static. This is why you often see Dutch fighters flying through the air, legends like Remy Bajanski, famous for such feats.
And that is the liver shot that finished the
Well, that was a lazy kick.
Is liver.
The liver shot is very famous home and made.
Oh, by the way, tell us.
It is another cornerstone of the style. It exemplifies the philosophy of Dutch kickboxing: maximum efficiency, maximum damage. Going to the body is not just a way to score points. It's a strategic assault designed to sap an opponent's energy, diminish their explosiveness, and lower their guard. The liver, nestled just under the right ribcage, is a critical target. A well-placed liver shot can end the fight instantly, and even when it doesn't, it steadily chips away at the opponent's ability to fight back effectively.
Maybe you should put on weights and exercise. I don't have a weighted vest, or totally I would, bro. That'd be sick.
Long flowing sequences. A classic Dutch combo might start across the head, walk into the liver, and then finish with a chop and low. You often see fighters go into the leg early, and then bringing up a high kick later in the back. The same with the left hook to the head, and then going left hook to the body. It's not just about throwing volume, it's about throwing with purpose, full variety. Cycling through different zones to break down the opponent's defense from every angle. A classic Dutch combination is the head body leg sequence, simplifies the multi-level target.
I think I'm gonna put my shoes on because I hate how dirty the ground is. What about a bag? I don't have a bag or anything.
Predictable. And as it's reliant on boxing, fighters struggle to close the distance against elite Thai fighters who control the range and teach them roundhouse kicks. The main battle for a Dutch style is getting past the legs, cutting off the ring effectively and being quick with the counters. Dealing with the clinching
that's
different. It transitions from Muay Thai. Even with thick rules in a lot of kickboxing rule sets, it can be used to target opponents and force the referee.
That's different though. Buaka's a different breed though.
It slows down the pace of the bout and can prevent a Dutch style puncher from getting into a rhythm. Dutch kickboxing training will start off with give and take drill. One of the defining features of Dutch kickboxing is the emphasis on give and take drills, a hallmark approach seen in gyms across the Netherlands and now worldwide. Unlike many traditional styles where pad work requires a dedicated coach, Dutch training relies heavily on partner-based drilling, making training more efficient and consistent for everyone in the gym. Rather than wasting their time for coach-style pads, fighters use their gloves as both a target and striking tools. One athlete attacks while the other partner holds a solid guard, or lightly feeds gloves as targets, then immediately switches roles. This creates a rhythm of mutual development, combining technical repetition with aggressive intent. The benefits of this method are numerous. One, everyone trains continuously, so no downtime waiting for pad holders. Drills can scale from basic to highly complex combinations. Footwork, defense and countering are easily added. And repetition improves real-time sharpness and ingrains fighting habits under pressure.
Like, put a bag on your back and try to jump. That'll make you taller and make you jump more powerful. That's true. Pretty good. But your swings ain't that great, man. I try not to swing. All this, I just try not to swing. It's not really my thing. I try to go, for me it's angle down the pipeline. This is just distraction. Or if you have your guards up, come down. Or come down. Or jab, come, glove, down. Straight up, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking because I know what my weaknesses are. So as I work on them, I have to figure out how to fight around my weaknesses. It's also different. When I'm not hitting a bag, it's different.
Entirely true. But it's accurate that some gyms lean more on the partner drills, many Dutch gyms still pad work regularly, just with a different approach than seen in traditional Muay Thai. Due to the differences in rules and scoring, Dutch pad work tends to focus on volume and forward pressure. You'll often see long, boxing heavy combinations and even low kicks or high. So
I could even go like
a sharp contrast to the slower.
A fucking hammer, step, pull kick, pull guard kick, like shit. There'd be options, bro. We got options, bro.
This form of pad work mirrors the Dutch fighting style.
I just keep in mind what I'm not good at, right? So I can get some haymakers, but I've never been particularly prone or good at them. I've always just been jab, cross, maybe haymaker like this. But even then, I don't know. I just feel better combining my legs and feet and trying to play distance, and then kind of like keep it at a sort of distance unless I get close enough, and boom. Then I use elbows instead of my hooks. Yeah, I can see it a little bit better because I know I lack some level of throwing haymakers, but I don't know. Haymakers are actually pretty easy to counter, so it just depends. A lot of times I just go like this, and then boom, just hits the glove. So it just depends. It's like a setup. Jab, they have their hands up, right? Alright, jab, they put their hands up. Jab, jab. I kind of cross the angle here, then throw like this, throw that punch. But even then, I don't feel super strong at it. I have to have a bag. I can't have such a hard time visualizing me doing that to an opponent. But I hit people with these weird angle punches. But as far as like, I don't have that. I always saw that as awkward. You know. Like there are some kung fu punches. Kind of like, I don't really know them, but they're kind of like that. Like maybe that one, I can do that, but that's the one I have to work in a combo. Well, I mean, my legs are pretty powerful, but I use my fists more because my arm's pretty strong and fast. That makes sense. I have like, I just have my skill is managing the pace and the distance between me and the other person, controlling that range, or making them do something that I can. And then here, then here, I could have gone like that. So like I think I work on angles to get around it.
Check out some of the other videos from the Confronting Patreon. If you'd like to see an example of Japanese kickboxing at its best, check out the Yukio's tension breakdowns here on the YouTube channel.
But the high level thing to do is to control that distance. So it's like you jab, jab, jab. Watch the person's right here, jab. I step slightly out of their center line when I jab. They turn back to look at me. I'm trying to consistently control this range. Trying to consistently control that sort of that range. Thanks for this. No worries, bro. You're good. You're good. Do your thing. That's when you see like a high-level fighter. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing this control of like. It doesn't look like you're doing much, but every time you're positioning, you're just keeping that fist at that little range. Here. They're fucking. Ooh, arm pop. Yeah, faster, more. Ah. Well, like some chain punching. More like.
The all-new ESPN app. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments. This is ultimate fan experience with no annual contract required. Head to the ESPN app or stream.espn.com and sign up now.
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G.
Kick all that shit off the table. Faster.
When you think of some of the biggest stars in the UFC,
Logan Paul lost everything to FBI raid. What?
This morning, there's a new warning for parents and kids about internet. Have you ever searched and searched on streaming platforms for a movie and couldn't find it anywhere? It's more annoying than not being able to find that one VHS tape or video game that you've been dying to add to your collection.
Yeah, no, I just move chill because I like to move chill. When I spar and stuff, then move fast. When I hit the bag, then move fast. But to make that connection truly strong between my body and my brain and the intent, you have to move slow. Have to be relaxed. I'm like, okay. What is it?
The perfect choice for anyone who loves movies. Watch movies that are only available streaming in Australia, like
Return. Low. High. Kick. Hopefully not in the back of the head because you'll kill them. But I think of it like that, kind of like what I learned from Kung Fu.
barcode on screen.
When I learn from Kung Fu to go slow, to learn how to do the motions.
Hi there. So glad you could join us.
And then when I do it, I can like bust that shit out fast later on. And then you learn to do it fast. And the more relaxed you are, the faster you can go, you know. Wait, I'll be back. I'll be here.
Yeah, just like that. Oh, it's a little hard. Could use the pen tool for the mountains. Well, that's a little bit ass. But remember, in your world, there's no mistakes. You have the accidents. You could use the airbrush tool to fill in some details on the mountains. Fuck. That's okay. Might not be the nicest mountains, but at least you don't gotta clean the brush. Well, I do wish I could beat the devil out of this fucker right about now. Now we're gonna have a happy little tree and give him a friend. Yeah. These are some sorry ass trees, but well.
Too far.
I'm just gonna use the stamp tool.
The floor is grossing me out. Needs to be swept.
Oh, that sure looks shaky. What the fuck is this? Back in the day, paint programs were, how do we say, not very advanced. On computers, there was Microsoft Paint, amongst many others, but on a game console, this kind of thing was virtually unheard of at the time. Mario Paint came out in '92, and it was actually pretty groundbreaking. Before this, there was Art Alive on Sega Genesis, and if you really want to dig deep, there was Videomation on NES. Believe it or not, Color a Dinosaur came out later. Boy, all you do in that game is, well, color dinosaurs. Yeah, definitely prehistoric as far as gaming technology is concerned. Mario Paint came in an extra large box and included a mouse with its own hard plastic mouse pad. I can't say I've played many Super Nintendo games using the mouse, no more often than I've played with St. Bernard species on a sheet of specific limestone from the Scottish Highlands. So, needless to say, it's a unique experience. Nintendo knew how to brand the Mario franchise to its fullest. They did a great job making it stand out
sweaty
from
feet.
other
Yeah.
programs,
Oh,
and it all
fucking
started
split.
with an interactive
Hang on.
title screen. At first glance, it's just Mario running by on a loop. But if you click the letters, they each do something cool. The A drops down. Let's see if I can hit Mario. Ah, missed! Alright, come on, you little motherfucker. Yeah! And for instance, the O explodes. Boom! And the I makes the screen shake. It's tripping me out! This kind of interactivity led to other title screens like Mario 64, where you can mess with Mario's face. This is almost as fun as
I feel like I run out of space.
Also
I feel like I run out of space when I do that.
like Vector Man, where you can mess with the Sega logo. But anyway, once you've had enough fun with the title, you're ready to paint. And as I mentioned, there's many different brush types, many different sizes, many tools for making shapes. And what's really fun, at the top of the screen, there's all kinds of stamps, some of which are Mario characters, and a bunch of other wacky stuff. But the really cool thing is that you can make your own custom stamps and even combine them to make larger sprites. Nintendo Power even had a strategy guide that gave you all kinds of suggestions. You have some options. You can start with an empty canvas, or you can load up the coloring book. There's only a few pre-made drawings. There's a scene with Mario and Yoshi, but the rest are hilariously generic. An underwater scene, a birthday cake, a bunch of animals. They couldn't come up with anything better than this. But hey, I've gotten countless hours of fun out of it. Who doesn't love defacing Mario and Yoshi? And that brings me to the animation tool. Say I want Yoshi to...
Can I do a question mark if I hit on a band?
Yeah. You can only animate one little section of the drawing out of the
I'm not, that's not, I'm not a target.
and with only the option...
Maybe I just need stretching. Hang on.
Got that? It's very limited, but as a kid, this was a godsend. As it was
Maybe
the
your boy
only
just needs
way I
stretching.
had access to do any type of animation, period. Sad to say, but those were the times. My first attempt, the puke went too far. Here. Aw, how disappointing. Doesn't that suck? So when you're in the animation panel, it's hard to predict the boundaries of where you want it to interact with your drawing, if you know what I mean. But once you get it right, how satisfying. Look at that. Yeah.
But I touched my head for no reason.
And that's going pretty mild because I'm sure kids and adults worldwide
This one is.
all kinds of foul, obscene.
It does it like this leg. Does question mark kick like taekwondo. This leg does like Muay Thai.
But check this out. You can only have one save.
Back kicks. I work on my back kicks. Thank you. Do you heard of? Say, have you heard of analog horror? Dude, I have not. It's not like a whole genre of like games. Of like scary games, but with old school graphics. Almost sounds like Gangnam Style.
Make a path to the animation tool. So say you have a Yoshi sprite running off a platform and jump in. You just draw a path and then turn on the animation. And there it goes. Very simple. But let's try something more advanced. Let's have a Koopa kicking Mario into a spike pit. You would think it wouldn't be too hard. Here's 9 frames of Mario going into a falling position and then going to splat. Then I draw a path.
Hit my own head.
Turn the animation on. Look what happens.
Pull that guard down. Put my hand on their guard. Push it down. Pull.
Yes, you could mess with the speed and try some workarounds, but the point remains that it's a cool idea, marked with some serious limitations.
I mean, could you please watch
Is that when you're drawing,
Dr. Nowhere? Put it on YouTube.
mistake. There's no
We can check it out.
history of all the things you've done, like in Photoshop or other drawing programs today. But when you're done with a drawing and want to erase it,
You said Dr. Nowhere, right? Go lay down. Go lay down.
Kellogg's Cornflakes. 4 simple ingredients plus.
How about this? Let's watch a video about Dr. Nowhere since I've never heard of him before.
At Wayfair, ordering it delivers all the style.
What are we craving? Something like that.
Dr. Nowhere, also known as Silas
No.
Orion.
I felt
is
the
a
kick
horror
lock up
comic
right here.
that has been growing for the past few months because of his perfect execution of analog horror. For those who don't know what analog horror is a message or story being told through analog media like broadcasts or VHS tapes.
Come in.
Analog
Hello.
horror has been growing on YouTube
Hello.
for the past few years, with series like Local 58 and The Backrooms being older examples. I found something very unique about Silas Orion's take on the genre, so today I would like to talk about the terrifying videos of Dr. Nowhere. I want to start off with the one that brought me to Dr. Nowhere's page, the Boiled One Phenomenon. The Boiled One Phenomenon. This is also Dr. Nowhere's longest video, being 10 minutes long, with all those other videos being around a minute long. The Boiled One is a safety tape that tells the story of.
Can you hear that? Is that what you're looking up?
Thing referred to as Fed228 throughout the video. The video starts off with 2 messages, with the first saying that this video was curated with permission from personnel at EFRATA228. The second message is a warning saying that this video has elements that are known to cause mild to severe cognitohazardous conditions. Cognitohazards are images, sounds, or other sensory signals that can cause harmful physical or mental effects to those who see or hear them. The video then proceeds with a list of items to keep near you for maximum safety. This list of items contain earplugs, a pencil, a sheet of paper, and a standard Christian Bible open to
Can you hear that?
Psalms. Open to Psalms 91:10. The video also mentions blue light glasses later on, but it isn't listed in the beginning. The video tells you to put in your earplugs and turn to your pencil and paper if you start hearing anything unusual speaking in tongues. You must write on your paper, I can see this paper, I can see my hand, I can't hear the screaming of thousands, I can't hear the feast, I'm a moving, breathing human being on planet Earth. And then recite Psalms 91:10 aloud. No evil shall befall you, and no plague shall come near your dwelling. After someone does these procedures, they are required to contact authorities immediately afterwards. They will be given amnestics, which are what I think to be medications that are supposed to erase memories. People who do these procedures are known to lead a normal life afterwards. So after all of these instructions for this video that I won't be following, we start off with the actual video. August 13th, 2003. The Tree of Heaven. In the late 1990s, a popular unnamed documentary-based television program would play in Pennsylvania, with the host talking about nature and how amazing but dangerous the wild is.
For like a low body punch.
The show was taken off the air due to the host passing away. But on August 13th, 2003, the 13th episode of the series would play on television all throughout Pennsylvania, with 13th episode talking about the Tree of Heaven.
So I could punish the interaction from the other person.
Of this episode, so I will play those right now.
Good morning, good friends. We went into the heart of the forest to find a plant that's as beautiful as it is deceptive. Poison oak. We all know about it. And here in Pennsylvania, it's not as common. It's still something to look out for.
Because my friend kept doing that when we were sparring. He kept going here and I would block that, but then he'd go low and it'd be like, boom, every time. And I'm like, fuck, how many times is it going to do that before I stop letting him do that? So I've been thinking, okay, he goes low, I just turn, step, boom, punish,
During
and then
one of
throw
the
that kick.
of the episode, an unknown
But I gotta be
broadcaster
better if I
hijacked
kick.
the episode. This broadcast depicted videos of
No.
a red, melted
I can
face
feel the
that spoke
disconnection right
This
here.
red face
My hip is tight and it's not letting go for the kick.
Ben 228. And the broadcast is referred to as Broadcast 813. Though Ben 228 spoke English to most, many people who didn't speak English understood every word that was spoken. They played a clip of Ben 228 speaking, but it is reversed and heavily edited, so any cognito-hazardous effects would be prevented. I'm pretty sure this clip is just reversed with little to no voice change, so I'll play the clip here. This clip made me pee a little, so skip this timestamp if you don't want to see it.
On the manifestation of my being in the future, you will be asleep.
Oh, this is terrifying. Why are we watching this? This is terrifying. Why the fuck are we watching this? It's like a DXN trip. Like a bad DXN trip.
Around 530 people in southern Pennsylvania had seen Broadcast 813, and the broadcast with Ben 228
It definitely makes me like, ugh.
side effects to 509 people in Pennsylvania. Many couldn't keep the image of Ben 228's ugly mug out of their minds, and many would still hear its voice after the broadcast. One person claimed that they could hear trumpets in their ears before they fell asleep. The day after this broadcast, the Great Northeast Blackout of 2003 had occurred due to trees hitting power lines.
This is all,
What makes this video
damn.
scarier is that the Great Northeast Blackout is a real event that actually happened because of the same reasons mentioned in this video. During this blackout, Ephrata 228 had wiped all traces of Broadcast 813 from Pennsylvania, taking recordings, videos, just anything, photos. They took everything. Getting rid of evidence wouldn't do anything, as it shows in this next segment of the video. Broadcast 813 had left 509 people with a very rare condition known as pseudocoma, in which those who have this condition can't move their body or speak and can only use their eyes. Ephrata had interviewed many victims with them speaking through Morse code with their eyes. One of these victims, Job Zamperini, was shown for this video. Job Zamperini was a war veteran and was fluent in Morse code. And he also had a grandson who took a photo in his backyard. This photo reveals the height of Fen 228 with it next to a dollhouse. But they interview Zamperini and they ask him about what happened to him the day of the broadcast and the effects of the broadcast. And Zamperini says that the face is in the window and is unholy and not of Lord Christ, and that he can hear the screaming of many voices. After this translation, all the scary stuff starts happening, and Fen 228 directly talks to the viewer. On screen it says "Wonderful Day," "The Miracle of Birth," "A Fetal Fanfare," and Japanese text.
My legs are burning from doing that. Can you believe that shit? That shit actually makes my legs burn.
But it is very view-provoking, so skip to this timestamp if you don't want to watch this clip.
Oh, this is actually terrifying. What?
Message from Mike. The uglier the lemon, the sweeter the juice. Hand-picked lemons with maximum flavor. Go hard. Nobody makes lemonade like Mike.
Oh God. Oh God, it's so unsettling. It's not even scary, it's just unsettling. Because he's weird looking. What a weird rabbit hole you just totally sent us into.
But now that we've seen through the whole video, we're going to dive a little deeper into the story of the Boiled One. Starting off, the first frame of the video is the full length of the Boiled One. This one frame reveals that the Boiled One is a 6'5" nonchalant dreadhead. The video has two different lines of Japanese text, with the first one being flipped, but in English translates to "afraid of birds." I'm scared of cameras too. The second line of text, which is not reversed, translates to "fear of the one and only Watanabe bird." The Watanabe bird is referring to a Japanese war criminal in World War II named Mutsu Watanabe, nicknamed the bird by his American prisoners because it has no negative connotations and they wouldn't get beaten by calling him the bird. Also looking up Job Zamperini results in Louis Zamperini, a World War II veteran who was imprisoned by Watanabe. With both mentions of the Watanabe bird being exclusively in Japanese text, we can assume that the Boiled One is the Watanabe bird coming back to life in the form of Fen 228, physically imprisoning people by paralyzing them, with the older Louis Zamperini being a prime target for Watanabe. I find Fen 228's backstory being kind of unnecessary, as a traditional detail, as well as Zamperini's entire
And I can throw that
section
traditional
of the video.
punch in there.
With the religious themes and scary sounds and visuals, The Boiled One is definitely a great video from Silas. I've always been scared of the thought of something affecting people through just a simple thought of its existence, dooming anyone unfortunate enough to see or hear it. The trumpets are also very haunting, and can give anyone a feeling of unease with or without the context of the Boiled One. There are many religious connections, like the trumpets and the sky opening, hinting at the rapture, a real event predicted to occur from the second coming of Christ. The rapture is already a terrifying concept, and the Boiled One really tries to exaggerate the scariness of the rapture. I like the mention of the Great Northeast Blackout and trying to make real events to the story, but it doesn't do anything for the Boiled One, and it seems like an unneeded part of the story. Getting rid of evidence stopped it from spreading, I guess, but why would you put the haunted broadcast in your video if you don't want others to see it? Aside from the extra details, the Boiled One isn't that bad. Maybe a little generic, but Dr. Miller's other works definitely make up for it. POE obviously stands for
I gotta fix that feeling on my shoulder.
On
It's fucking
me. Every video in this small series of videos are extremely short, but I'm actually a housefly and don't have 5 minutes to watch these videos before I die, so I'll explain them instead. Starving.help is Dr. Nowhere's first video. So obviously, let's just start off with a banger. Starving.help introduces the main character of this series of videos, The Locust. It goes by many other names that aren't just The Locust, but the video Love.Thumper makes a clear name for The Locust by calling it The Thumper. Dr. Nowhere also calls it The Organator, and it doesn't say that anywhere in the TOE video series ever. From what I know, the other names...
If we've done an hour of shadowboxing, we can do like some kung fu now.
The description says, trapped. From what I can assume, this means that the Thumper is under house arrest. Love.Thumper starts with a TV screen showing the Locust just saying hi, and that it's hungry. The cameraman tells the Locust to go away, and it starts bashing at the screen until it bursts through the screen and enters the house of the person recording the video. The Locust finds the cameraman and now, looking at the screen, obviously the arms have changed from human to really big toothpicks. The Locust isn't revealed to shapeshift in TOE, so obviously that's not his arm. The Locust used someone else's arm to hit the screen, as you can see the way the arm moves in the first video. The description of Love.Thumper is a date for March 13th, 2005. So this reveals that the Locust is a millennial, because no 8-year-old is that tall. This is what I think to be the last TOE video in the series, but it tells a lot more about the Locust than it does in the other two videos. Making Got Friends starts with the channel changing to a slideshow about being a good kid, like how good children are always up bright and early and play pretend and don't play with their food until it's all gone. I have no idea how you would play with food if you ate it all, but maybe the slideshow's cooking. The slideshow flashes to an image of the Locust looking at a bright light inside a small box with the same wallpaper from the other videos. The wallpaper is only shown behind the TV screen, so from what I can gather, the Locust lives in the TV and is watching the slideshow about being a good kid. I mean, if grown men can watch My Little Pony, this feels like a reasonable show for the Locust to be watching, but we must carry on. The slideshow says that good children make friends and cuts to a heart in the TV room. I don't know if that's normal for the TV room, but I don't live in a TV screen, so we'll ignore it for now. The video then cuts to a website called Pen Pals, which is the Discord equivalent for 2005. I don't know who we are, but we get a message from Dominic. Carter is also online, but Dominic is the actual friend for messaging us first. He texts at 12:44 a.m. saying hello. The conversation is a little odd since the character we're supposed to be is concerned for our friend, who has been supposedly gone for like forever and is now just giving us one-word messages. And I just want to tell my best bro Dominic my feelings about how he's been acting a little distant lately, and he wants to FaceTime us. He doesn't know how to use spaces yet, but keywords are hard to use sometimes. It's okay, we've all been there. But I can't FaceTime because it's 1 a.m. and my parents are asleep and Dominic might be a little too rowdy and wake them up. And I don't want to get yelled at, but he's begging. He's saying, please. But I tell him that we'll FaceTime, just be quiet because my mom's a light sleeper. But it gets a little clearer typing to us when Dominic says, starving got help. And our character is getting a little concerned about who's typing until we get a call from Dominic. The camera turns on to the Locust playing the piano in the TV room. And the video ends saying, none of it makes sense. Everything inside was gone. Now that we've gone through every video in TOE, we can answer some questions from these videos. It's like, whose arm was in that first video? I'd assume that's Dominic's arm, but this second video says the body looks untouched. But the stains on the wall from the
My
first
legs
video
being
and the second video are the
bitches
exact
about
same.
horse stands.
So we can assume that Dominic's arm didn't get ripped off and was just held up for the video. But obviously, the person from the second video is Dominic. So we can move on to the actual second question. What did the slideshow mean? The slideshow was the Locust learning how to imitate a child. Like how the slideshow says, good children make friends, and the rest of the video plays out the Locust's very piss-poor attempt to befriend the viewer. And the slide that says not to play with their food until it's gone represents the actions of starving got help. The Locust empties out people and uses their bodies for things such as breaking the TV screen. Even with TOE starting off the Dr. Nowhere channel, TOE had no troubles telling a story and maintaining the same scary feeling for each video, and with making up friends sharing the thoughts of the locust with the viewer, the purpose of the locust is revealed perfectly.
Football is finally back. Touchdown. Talking absolute bombs. You know I gotta go with the push pull. The most unstoppable play in football.
Nah, give me the toe drag. That's a touchdown.
The next great touchdown is coming, and you can bet on it.
DraftKings Sportsbook has every TV covered, whether you're a rookie or a seasoned vet.
Yeah, football is so back. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up with our promo code.
New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. The crown is yours.
I can take more.
The Boy in the Bath is just barely reaching 2 minutes long, but Dr. Nowhere only needed 2 minutes to confuse the viewer. This video starts with telling you that you're unclean from the toils of yesterday. What toils are we talking about? We'll probably find out in the rest of the video. We are so dirty that we must take a shower, as we are in no condition to sleep. While we're walking to the bathroom, we tell ourselves that whatever we did, it wasn't our fault. Again, I don't know what we're talking about. So we go to the bathroom to take a shower, and we meet the thumbnail monster. And he asks us why we left him here, and that he never existed to us. To which we close the bathroom and go back to our room. And before we go to bed, we get a good look at our very nice crib that the thumbnail demon is now sitting in. He says, and tells us that it was all our fault before we go to sleep. We did not take a shower, so we went to bed sneaky. From the start to the end of the video, we've been given every detail except what we did for this video to happen. When I was watching, I assumed we killed someone by accident because we say it isn't our fault, but everything the tall feller said makes it sound like we left or neglected someone. Like
I still feel like
my
my legs can take more.
In the video. But who is the tall lad in the bathroom? Since the video is called The Boy in the Bath, and the thumbnail shows the boy, the tall guy has got to be the boy. But why is he here? Because he says he never existed to us, what I can gather is that he is the result of a negligent parent, which explains the empty cradle, and he asks why we left him here, because we left him in the bathroom, which is why he first appears in the bathroom and not anywhere else. The idea of him being the son of the viewer is further explored when he's found sitting in the cradle at the end of the video. The Boy in the Bath was good because it uses my shriveling ape brain, and because this video is really tame compared to every other video. Silas does a great job explaining the purpose of the monsters in his videos, with the boiled one phenomenon and Boy in the Bath being his best examples. This video is reaching just a minute long, so this won't be extremely in-depth because I don't make 2-minute trailers into 30-minute documentary. All the Lights is presented in the form of an advertisement, starting off with a question and that relatable feeling to hook you in.
And if that would happen to you, it's getting dark outside. You are getting ready for bed, grabbing a cold glass of water, and now you are turning off all the lights in the house. Something is following you as soon as you turn off the lights.
And just before they get to the solution for your problem, and it gaslights you for the rest of the video.
There is nothing that follows you. There is nothing that follows all the lights in the house. All the lights in the house. Turn off all the lights in the house.
All the Lights is nice and short. It doesn't need a story, and the scary face abruptly revealed in this video was all Silas needed for this video to be an instant classic. One thing Silas does very well is his art and how he presents it, and with All the Lights, not even presenting his art does the trick to startle the viewer. I think scaring the viewer with a scary face that pops up on screen is a little overdone, and the format the face was presented in was a little generic, but they can't all be wrong.
That's all the lights in the house.
Dr. Nowhere's videos are very well made and very scary, and I recommend you watch them yourself, even after watching this video, just to experience them yourself. So, Dr. Nowhere uploaded a new video during the making of the one you are watching right now, so I would like to talk a little bit about that video before this video ends, because I miss talking to you, Pookie. And I really love you.
Dr. Nowhere's Office of Wonders presents the Oddities Compendium of the Given Anomaly Education Program.
The Oddity Compendium is a Pokedex of creatures Silas cooked up during the production of this video. This video was also used as a way to explore the idea of a parallel Earth or things outside of our universe that have been caught making their way into our world. Knowledge of the things mentioned in this video may cause conscious reality fracture, which is an event that may occur when humans discover elements from outside of our universe. Starting off, the flesh beds. The flesh beds are bed-shaped creatures that have all been accidentally shipped to houses instead of actual mattresses by some unnamed mattress company that found perfect condition beds in their stores that haven't been sold yet. These creatures hide their heads beneath their skin and feast on people when someone is sleeping on them and it's at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit. They're theorized to be some type of Homo sapien because of their humanoid appearance. Many flesh beds are extremely old, and the DNA from humans they've eaten before can reveal their age. One flesh bed had shared DNA and the same blood type from Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh no, it might be a good idea to burn off that mattress. That feels just a bit too warm lately. You might be sharing it with something unwanted. Good night, sleep tight, and unless a dead pipe.
This small part of the video can really make the viewer feel uneasy and a bit more scared to go to their bed. The Boiled One also tries to keep you up at night through the mention of hearing trumpets before falling asleep. BT Oddity 2. Headless Macrocosm. The Headless Macrocosm is a world exactly like Earth, but less humans live in it and more pale, headless, humanoid creatures live in it instead. These creatures are supposed to be dead, but they breathe through their holes in their necks, and their hearts have been recorded to start beating at different intervals. These creatures have been nicknamed Stumpies, Cranes, and Ichabodies by humans. They become active and vital when humans interact with them. There are around 2,300 humans that have been in Headless Macrocosm, with all of them being sent there through their sleep under strange circumstances. One man, known as Michael Tedford, had been killed by a Stumpy, and his head was placed atop the neck of the Stumpy. Michael Tedford's name is oddly censored and distorted with each mention.
Tedford. And please clap your hands.
But the Stumpy from the Headless Macrocosm that killed Tedford had appeared in a family's backyard in our world, and this family took a photo of the Stumpy and reported it to authorities. The photo censors Tedford's face, as it does with his name, and why it's censored is because of the disease called non-existence. Non-existence can affect anyone on Earth, and it takes anyone to the Headless Macrocosm. The Headless Macrocosm is like a parallel Earth, and crude man-made structures may appear in our world to match the parallel Earth. The Headless Macrocosm is like going out of bounds in a map in Gary's Mod and seeing the super small version of it really high up. Oddity number 3. Obelisks of Enlightenment. Obelisks of Enlightenment are tall-ass pillars that are usually in different open spaces across the world, like fields and deserts, with a few even being found over the Bermuda Triangle and on the moon. They all come in small groups, and they tower over the average human at 10 to 100 feet tall. They are all enlightened in the knowledge of all secrets of the universe, and are always saying excess information as to create space for the overwhelming intake of knowledge. They're all being monitored by government entities, and many who have wandered into the locations of the obelisks claim to have followed the sounds of angelic singing. Their insides are unraveled thousands of feet into the sky to make a metaphysical connection from Earth to the rest of the universe, with many assuming it is a form of worship. These insides are confirmed to be those of humans that have been bored by obelisks. Anyone who goes near or hears the words spoken by the obelisks will either be exploded like Chainsaw Man or obtain the ability to comprehend the information spoken by the obelisk. If anyone is lucky and unlucky enough to comprehend the words of these obelisks, they will be absorbed into the obelisk. Nobody knows how they came into being, but many theorize that they were rifts in reality, opened by ancient giants that didn't like how dumb the Earth was. This theory is further supported because of the large humanoid skeletons found underneath the sides of the obelisk. When they got greenlit for Earth, they gave very moderate levels of sacred knowledge to the pharaoh Khufu and helped him in the construction of the pyramids of Giza. Before the video ends, they mentioned a bonus oddity known as Philbus. Philbus is a mysterious creature with an unknown origin and is the source of the in-universe religion, Philbism. Philbism is an ideology that centers around eating chairs and other wooden furniture as an honor to Philbus and his great sacrifice. Nobody knows what his sacrifice is. I think the Oddity Compendium is a cool way to explore the concept of mysterious and unnerving events or elements of things outside of our world and our galaxy and so on. Dr. Nowhere also has a lot of creatures and artwork outside of YouTube, and hopefully they'll be shown in his later works. His videos are very good, and I recommend you watch them yourself just to get the full Dr. Nowhere experience. But I'm sleeping. Hit the like button, subscribe please, comment down below anything you want.
What a burn. But it does make my legs beefy, but what a burn.
Remember me, please.
I could.
10.
In the upper Midwest, something that no one dares to discuss stalks the borders of...
Who's that Pokemon? It's lawsuit!
I'm gonna sue your ass.
Retire!
Nintendo and Pokemon Company will travel across the land, searching far and wide.
It was 20 years in the making, but I did it. Purdue Global makes it to where you can't.
Here are creepiest encounters ever revealed on Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, let's see.
I've found vehicles that were used
121.
in crimes dumped out there. I've found dogs from dog fights that were dumped out there. I've found animals that have just been dumped. I've found very intricate and mind-blowing satanic rituals and sacrifices out there.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I was, which I found different stuff before. You know, I'll find maybe this is where someone was doing some voodoos in Santa Maria, sacrificing chicken, whatever. All that's like kind of normal out there. That's not that crazy. But what I found this night was very crazy. Yeah, the police came and investigated it. It made the news, and that's the facility I was hunting. It's Aerojet. It's actually an abandoned space rocket facility from the Cold War, where they were developing and testing space rockets.
And what were you hunting there?
Pythons. I was out there, you know, hunting these snakes, and this facility is you need special access. I was given special access by the state of Florida to remove pythons from out there. And nobody can just go back out there, but people do go out there, as you can see from the graffiti and different stuff like that. Usually to do stuff that they're not supposed to do. There's a lot of crimes committed out there. There's been murders out there, gang initiations, all kinds of stuff.
So they have a pentagram that's...
So, yeah, it's a whole thing. So, you go out there, the first thing I came across was a big rock pile with a upside down wooden cross on top and a bunch of red spray painted upside down crosses all over. And you could tell that the cross, I think, was burnt a little bit. And it wasn't, you know, crazy, super crazy. It was like, oh, this is new. You know, this wasn't out here a few days ago. And then I found this little doll. And, as I kind of investigated that doll more, a little red scarlet snake actually came up and wrapped around her neck. And I picked up this, there it is, I picked up the scarlet snake, and, which, you know, is kind of weird that there's a live snake, a red snake on this doll. And I've caught a lot of snakes in my life, and that is the only one that was bleeding out of its anus. There was blood coming out of its beehole. Which, you know, I don't know why, who knows what, it was a little weird to me. And then the night just kind of gets weirder from there. You see that
the red lettering in the other clip, it was a big Latin saying, like 100 foot long pretty much on the road. I drove over it. We later translated it to, turn around, run, hide, he is watching you. Go further into the complex and there's these big abandoned buildings. I go into the building, you know, still just python hunting, like, you know, who knows what these kids are doing out here. I thought it was strange, the Latin, your average kid just messing around, don't know Latin sayings like that. And then I come to this big room where there's the big pentagram. In the middle of the pentagram, there is a three-legged plastic chair with a blood stain in the bottom of it where you could tell something was killed, sacrificed, whatever. On each wall, there's 3 walls. On each wall, there's upside-down crosses, Latin sayings, and all kinds of stuff. As I'm kind of walking into the room, which, you know, I don't want to sound like a psycho or anything, but that doll from earlier grabbed my leg. I don't know if I kicked it, I didn't see it, or what, but that doll from the rock pile somewhere else, I don't know if it was another doll or what, I've never seen that other doll. I kick it, it seemed like it grabbed me, it's that same doll from earlier. Same thing with the cross on its forehead, the one eye cocked over, the other eye messed up. And so, you know, it's very, very weird to me, kind of like scared me.
So
right next,
wasn't there and then it was there? So
I didn't notice it. I didn't notice
you
it.
didn't carry it over there?
No, I didn't touch it.
So was anybody else with you?
I had 2 guys with me that didn't even want to get out of the truck when they seen the first thing. They stayed in the truck.
So the same
they
doll
didn't touch
that
it.
you saw on the rock pile somehow made its way to where you were?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a duplicate doll or what, but it's same.
Was it more than one of those dolls?
Only doll I seen. Only doll I seen. I'm not big on the whole supernatural thing, so me, I'm real doubtful of it in the first place. But to me, it was the same doll from earlier. I did not see it until it hit my foot. Right next to that doll, there is a saying on the ground that says, "The omen will follow."
Oh, that's fucking
Which
terrifying.
To me was like the creepiest
That's like
thing of
super
the whole
terrifying.
thing. Was like, you know, that if you interact with any of this spirit's gonna follow. Which I'm Christian, I believe.
Gives me
in
the
God.
shivers.
I wasn't worried, you know, I know the good Lord has my back. But very strange, right? Very strange. As we go through, there's all kind of different stuff. In one of the rooms, there's a sleeping
Damn,
bag
there's
with
mosquitoes in my
something
beard and I can't
inside
drink
of
it.
I don't think it was a body or anything like that. Police went out there, investigated it. I didn't investigate further past that. Something was inside the sleeping bag, and on the walls there was, looked like red spray paint, and it said, she was only 9, we gave her to the devil, like basically talking about sacrificing a child. And then you have this little girl's gown that's nailed to the wall with like a dark red stain on it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And what was the investigation? Did you follow up and find out what they found out?
I never heard anything from it. I'm assuming they never found much from it because I never heard anything from it.
Did they know it was human blood?
My leg's getting there. My leg's getting there.
I don't know. I would like to think it's red spray paint.
What time is it?
I don't
1:14.
know. For the sake of the story, who knows what it was?
Yeah.
So you know, we continue on with our hunt. We end up starting to get out of there. The guys are like, dude, we want to go. We don't
Okay.
like this shit. I'm like, all right, you know, let's pack it up. Let's go. So we start
I really don't want to
making our
pause
way
the
out,
stream. I really want to keep doing kung
and,
fu.
I see flashlights.
But I have to work tomorrow
I mean,
morning.
one road in, one
And I have to do a gaming stream.
There's a gate at the end of
I
this
haven't done one in a
street.
while, so I probably should do one for a couple hours before I go to bed.
You have to drive miles to then walk miles, right?
So I'll catch you.
So I
I'll
see
catch you later.
this flashlight bouncing on the side of the road as I'm driving out. And I'm like, who the